Okay, looking at the fourth circle is the outer circle in this particular scheme here. So we have the fifths are the inner circle that are counterclockwise, and we got the fourths are the outer circle in the clockwise direction. All right. So we start on C. The fourth of C is the diminished. It's the diminished E shape. So how does that work? C represents, so in the middle circle, kind of like the rim of this thing right here, the rim or whatever is the, this is the tire, or this is like the dark matter, or whatever it is, and this is the galaxy, and inside is the event horizon. They could look at it as a galaxy like that, or you could look at it as a tire. you know, this is the the hub, I guess, and this is the tire, and or the outer part is the tread. Out here is the tire maybe, and then this is the rim, and this is the hub part, right? So a tire has rubber, and then it has the rim, and then the axle, what they call the hub, I think, is what that is, that attaches to the. You gotta have changed a few tires, which I have in my life. As a matter of fact, one time when I changed the tire, I took the tire off because it was flat with the little tire jack, and I couldn't get the new tire on because the jack wasn't high enough. So I ended up having to take the crowbar and dig a hole, and then I fit the new tire in, attached it, and drove home happily on my merry way. But it was kind of like a traumatic experience. So let's not make this a traumatic experience. It's easy. Let's look at this. These are the keys. So if I see an F there, it's going to be F here. It'll play an F here. Well, guess what? That's an E-shaped F. Why? Down here, open E shape. On my guitar, just happens to be in the key of C because I down-tuned my guitar. Just like this, just like when you go. Okay, so I down-tuned my guitar so that my E shape is a C. And this actual chord is on, you don't have to look at this as complicated scales. You can look at it and when I say complicated scales, I mean major scales, as opposed to pentatonic, or even like just, that's a scale. It's an arpeggio. This is a scale. It's a tritonic scale. Here's a pentatonic. Or just, so here's it's a miniature scale. One note. Is that a scale? No. No, we're not going to go there. This isn't a theoretical, a mathematical, class. It's a music class. So we're looking at this attempt to describe the situation. So this would be an E-shaped F. It would be just like taking your regular open E and then moving it up one fret. So here's where your fret nut is. Okay, here's E. Okay, so the F would be just the E moved up one. So there's an E-shaped F right there. And if we take it to the A shape there, we've moved the A up one to a B flat. You see how that works? And this is in fourths. So if we go to the D shape from there, we've moved the D up one to an E flat. See how that's a D-shaped E flat? Okay. Now we go to the fourth of that, and we get a G-shaped A flat. But this is all off of the F note. So here's our G-shaped G. Move it up one. We get a G-shaped A flat, a C-shaped D flat, which was formerly this, the open C. Okay, and then we get an E-shaped G flat. We're going to collapse that cage up to its E shape again, because that cage, let's just back up here a second real quick before we forget what we're doing. In that cage we have C, E, G. So the first shape is the C shape, 5 root 3, 5 root 3. Then we collapse that back up to the E shape. Okay, so then we're going to another E shape now. We started out with the F E shape here, and we worked our way all the way up to another E shape, which is going to be the G flat E shape. But the problem is that the shape doesn't match. The fourth of E isn't C. The fourth of E is A. So there's a stop sign there. We have to stop. Stop playing, Andy. We have to pick up the lesson from where we digressed. I know it seems like rough path, but it's important. I know this stuff enough that I know when to stop and go back to what we were talking about. And that is, so there's a stop sign on this that says, wait a second, no, in order to continue to have the E shape, connect this E shape here, and the G shape's going to be E shape, that's fine, and then the B shape has to go to the A shape, and it really throws the whole chart off. It's it's almost like it's a wheel and you just hit the grinder and these are sparks coming off of it. That's not desirable. It works, but it's not desirable. So what did we do? What did we do? Nothing. We did nothing. Okay, so what I ended up doing was one of two things. Just look at part of the chart and say, hey, the chart still works for most of it. So what I did with the chart actually, and we'll have to just bump back to the chart for a minute. What I did for the chart actually is I put the B and the G flat up here so that the more commonly played chords and keys would be down here unaffected by the anomaly at the top of the chart. Even though they started at C-shaped, there was C-shaped stuff down here. So I attempted to then be able to play the chart like this. So starting from let's say we start from a C-shaped C down here. Now it's unaffected. We're not going to get up there in a normal song unless you're playing Color My World or Killing Me Softly or something, That goes into a circle of fourths, and there's many songs, but that's just a couple that come to mind, especially the Killing Me Softly song. So with the C-shaped C, it'd be starting on C shape. I'm just going to go pentatonic now. But remember, when we see a C-shaped C, we could define it by the chord itself, the pentatonic or the diatonic, or what you won't see me doing in today's lesson is the tritonic arpeggio. Because the others aren't as easy. So mostly I'll be using the diatonic scale, which is following the C scale in the C box from the C shape, which is 3, 4, 5, which will be from that E. So it's just going to be like this.